Most traders don't lose money because they lack information. They lose money because they use too many indicators. RSI, MACD, stochastics, at some point, the indicators just stop helping and they start conflicting with each other. The pros, they don't stack indicators. They simplify and make their decision making much easier. In this video, I'm breaking down the only three indicators that you actually need. Be sure and watch all the way to the end. I'll show you live on the trading platform. Be sure and smash that like button down below. I really appreciate it. It helps to get the video out to more people. So thank you very much. You're certainly welcome to subscribe as well. And click the link in the pinned comment down below and enter your email address and join the free Discord. Free now. It will be a monthly paid subscription, but if you join now, it's free for life. And you can see all my trades as I put them on each week. Why do you think most indicators actually hurt performance? Well, here's the uncomfortable truth. Most indicators are derivatives of price. They don't add information, they delay it. When you stack indicators, signals contradict each other's, decisions slow down, and conviction disappears. That's how traders overtrade. That's how good setups get ignored, and that's how discipline breaks. The goal isn't confirmation, the goal is clarity. And clarity comes from understanding trend, volatility, and mean reversion. That's it. All right, let's talk about the framework. And before we do that, though, it's price first, always, right? Yeah. And indicators, they don't replace fundamentals, earnings durability, balance sheet strength, or valuation. And by valuation, I'm talking about PE and PEG, income, projections. Now, indicators answer how to engage a stock. Fundamentals answer whether you should actually engage that stock. And when those align, probability improves dramatically. We want all these positive factors working together. And now we're going to break down the three indicators and their exact roles, starting with number one. Indicator number one, it's the 200-day moving average. And this basically shows you the primary trend, whether it's bullish or bearish. So it answers one question. Are institutions accumulating or distributing the stock? Above the 200-day moving average, trend bias is bullish, pullbacks are opportunities, and risk is asymmetric to the upside. Below the 200-day moving average and rallies are suspect, volatility increases, and capital preservation matters much more. You don't want to lose as the stock is trending down. You do not fight the 200-day moving average. You position around it. Most catastrophic losses happen when traders ignore this line. So you've got to look at the 200-day moving average. Indicator number two, the 50-day moving average. Now this one, it gives you tactical control. If the 200-day is strategic, the 50-day is tactical. The 50-day moving average tells you where momentum resets, where institutions defend positions, and where trends continue or fail. Now, strong stocks, they respect the 50-day. They bounce quickly and they reclaim it decisively. Weak stocks, they lose the 50-day, they churn below it, and they fail on retest. Now, this is where entries, adds, and trims are decided. You want to make your decisions based upon that 50 and the 200 by looking at both of those two indicators. Super important. Indicator number three, the Bollinger Bands. Now, this one's probably my favorite. It really shows you the volatility and extremes. Bollinger Bands don't predict direction. They define range and volatility. They help you identify expansion versus compression, exhaustion versus continuation, and emotional extremes. Now, the key uses, price riding the upper band equals strength, repeated lower band tags equals weakness, and tight bands equals volatility is likely going to be coming. Now, Bollinger Bands prevent chasing. They also prevent panic selling, and they keep you anchored to reality. Come on, when a stock is pushing higher, don't we think that it's just going to keep going? Well, Bollinger Bands are going to bring you back down and go, you know what? Stocks don't just go up, they come down at some point as well. Now let's talk about how these three indicators work together. This is where simplicity becomes powerful. The 200-day, well, it defines the battlefield. The 50-day, it defines execution zones in the short term. And Bollinger Bands, they define risk and opportunity as well. When you're at the lower band, there's opportunity for it to move higher. When you're at the top and you think it's going to keep going higher, well, that's risk. Now, you don't need 12 different indicators and signals. That's just waste, and it confuses you. Now, you do need one aligned picture. When all three agree, conviction increases, sizing improves, and mistakes, well, you're not making as many. Now, that's how the professionals operate. They keep it simple. We should too. All right, let's talk about the common mistakes that kill results when it comes to indicators. Here's what really destroys performance: adding indicators instead of rules, ignoring fundamentals, forcing trades inside of CHOP, and trading every single signal. We don't need to do that. Come on, let's be patient, right? And these indicators are filters, they're not triggers. They help you avoid bad trades, not chase good ones. Avoidance, that's the edge. All right, let's talk about some real world application. But first, let's touch on investors versus traders and how the indicators help each. Now, for investors, they use the 200-day for exposure decisions, they use the 50-day for ads, and Bollinger Bands for patience. Now, for traders, they trade in the direction of the 200-day, they enter trades near the 50-day, and they manage risk with the Bollinger Bands. Now, same tools, different time frames, and well, they're using the same discipline overall. So let's jump into a live application. All right, guys, here we are on the Tastytrade trading platform and brokerage. This is my favorite for trading options, and there's a link down below. Check it out. There's benefits if you go through my link. All right, the first one we're going to look at is AMD, and you can see I've got two poor man's covered calls on. So I've got two leaps and a oh, I've got two leaps. I've closed out my short calls on those leaps, and I'll show you why. And the indicators actually will tell you why. And then I've got a put credit spread. So if we go right here to the charts, you can see here with AMD trending up. So we've got the 50-day in the green, 50-day moving average above the red, which is the 200-day moving average. So trending up. And this is a 1-year chart. I like to use the 1 year, 1 day. I go out further and look at 3-year as well, and 5-year, and make sure the stock's trending up. And then I always know the fundamentals, and my target price for AMD is much higher. It's 250, 300. It's gonna kill it with MI350 coming out, or MI400 coming out. MI350 is already out. But okay, indicators. Look at the Bollinger Bands in white. We've got the 200-day red, indicator number one. The 50-day is indicator number two. 50-day moving average trending above the 200, and then the Bollinger Bands are in white. And you can see we've got the 50 above the 200, and we're at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. So that tells you that the stock is uh, oversold. Good time to buy. It's likely to move back up, and we're trending in the right direction. So I love this setup with AMD, and that's why I'm long AMD. And I closed out my short calls because I made more than 50% profit on them. Okay, that's AMD. Let's look at Arista Networks, another AI type stock. Same situation. So again, you can see same deal. I'm not going to go through it, but we've got the 50 trending above the 200, bottom of the Bollinger Band. And yes, I am long with a put credit spread. All right, APLD. Let's see where we are with that one. Okay, this one's a little bit different. I love the stock long term, but look, we're way up at the top of the Bollinger Band. It had a big pop. I forgot the reason why. If you know, put it in the comments below. And let me know the indicators, the three indicator or however many indicators that you use. What's your favorite? All right. But we're at the top of the Bollinger Band right now, so hopefully I closed out some of, well, I'm long APLD, so I probably closed out my short calls and just have my leaps on. Ah, let's see. Yeah, I closed out actually. I had more positions on. I had like three or four. So I closed them out. I only have one on right now because it had the big run up. And I moved my short call up to 37. So I want to have that call on because we're at the top of that Bollinger Band. So I want to have that income. It's likely going to come back down. And I just kept one of the leaps. I closed my others, three or four, because it had a big move up. I'll put those on when it uh, comes back down because APLD, it's going to keep going up. I love it long term. And it's going to be a $100 stock before we know it. So, but I think in the short term, I think it's going to come back and pull back. So that's an example of being at the top of the Bollinger Band. But I only like to trade good stocks. So I want stocks that are trending up. And again, we've got the 50 above the 200. All right, so that's APLD. And then the last one, CrowdStrike. Let's look at that. I've got a put credit spread on. I probably closed out some others. So, no, look, okay, we're trending up, and then we're above the bottom of the Bollinger Band, but we're down near that 200 day. So I know CrowdStrike fundamentally is undervalued right now. So I expect it to continue to trend up. And look, every time we hit this 200-day moving average, it bounced back up. We've hit it again. So we're likely going to bounce back up and it's undervalued fundamentally. So I love this setup for CrowdStrike long. All right, you don't beat the market with complexity. You beat it with simplicity and consistency. So, hey, if this video helped, comment down below. Keep it simple. Really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe down below. Join the free Discord in the pinned comment down below. Free for life if you join now. We go through each of the trades that I make daily. You can see those trades and screenshots. We share our wins as a community together so we all grow together. And here's where people are sharing their trades. Thank you, Majuro. There's a chat where we can talk about companies while the market's open and stock option questions. So free coaching as well. I usually answer these immediately, same day. And be sure as well to download the free options workshop, and there's a trading course as well. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this one, watch this next one.